How's it going, guys? This is Matt and David and you're watching Livewire, and today we are continuing our coverage of Ubisoft's For Honor, a game that we and a lot of our subscribers are really looking forward to. So today we are doing something a little bit different for a change. We're going to be discussing online gameplay features and game modes that we could see in game as suggested by you guys. As only one game mode has been announced so far, and it's all kind of up in the air to what we can expect to see online.
So what we've done is compiled all our viewers' awesome suggestions that they've commented and would like to see included in For Honor, and we're going to go over them and give our opinions on them. If you have any opinions on what we have to show or have any new ideas yourself, please feel free to pause the video at any point and comment below. We'd also really appreciate you guys hitting that like rating button to let us know that you enjoyed this video, and feel free to subscribe if you are new to the channel. So one of the main things you guys want to know about is character and gameplay customization, with a lot of you guys commenting and making suggestions as to what you'd like to see. To begin with, our viewer Astro wants to focus on customizing the hair and face and beards of our characters. Now, with body armour and weapon customization almost a certainty, I think these extras are an important point and it would be good to represent yourself to the full potential. But like Astro says, I also wonder how many people will try and recreate the legendary Viking ruler Ragnar Lothbrok. Thanks for your comment, Astro.
And keeping up with the Viking ideas then, Joe Crow hopes to see Viking Halberd or spear classes. And well, from the trailers we were able to see Vikings mainly using short swords and axes. However, a halberd class that could combine an armor splitting axe with the long distance benefits of a spear would be pretty badass, and surely something we can expect to see from the Vikings, if we're lucky.
Next up we have Joe the Wanderer, who when not exploring the wasteland hopes to be able to choose both male and female characters. Well, you're in luck, Joe, because we can bring to you that female characters have indeed been confirmed for the game, so there you go. Matthew Nichols hopes to be able to add a battle cry for his character, and I too think that would be a great addition. We see it in so many different games these days, with personal celebrations in sports games and more recently in Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Plus the likes of Chivalry nailed it, so I don't see why it can't be an added feature.
For the Cross and Lion!
Carrying on from this, a comment from Sidex Snipes suggests the use of stylized executions, which could be part of an unlocking system to progress your badass image on the battlefield. Now, I know in Overwatch, for example, as you level up and progress, you get various unlocks such as skins, emotes, or voice lines, so it would be cool to see unlocks as you progress in this game as well.
Viewer Mark Torres wants to be able to ignite his sword on fire. He wants tactically placed tar pits around the map to coat your sword in flames and stick burning metal through his enemy player's chest cavity. Savage, Mark, savage. Smack Games commented with an interesting point on how NPC characters could potentially be customised. It was suggested that you as a hero could have the ability to choose the formation which your NPC army could take whilst going into battle, and also where you could focus their attention upon the map's environment, such as the castle gate. Now this idea is pretty good and I could see this being an option in the game. I could see it being an option which team members could potentially vote on whilst waiting on the game to start. Finally, for customization, we have Dirkstrider, who simply wants to be able to run around in his underwear. Real clever, bro, real clever.
So as I mentioned, there is only one game mode confirmed in For Honor's multiplayer. This is called Dominion, and it's described as a territory control mode similar to your normal capture point domination modes we see in almost every shooter. Now of course there's going to be more, so let's see what other ideas you guys came up with, which you could see implemented in the game. So next up we have Cal. He says, now that the customization and armour is out the way, what about survival modes, rank, and horses? Now survival modes seem to be the hot topic of discussion for you guys, and the best suggestion of this type of game mode comes from Justin, who thought of a rated PvP system, with the 1v1s being in a massive arena in which the victor stays in until dethroned. Maybe increasing the number of enemies you fight from 1v1 to then 1v2, with the two being people that haven't been able to win a match in a while. Now this is a great idea. I'd much prefer if it was 2v2 or 3v3 teams. This sort of arena does really well in other games, and it would couple great teamwork, flanking and strategy, and then we'd have a clear victor at the end of the bloodshed.
Another suggestion from our viewer Mark Nichols, thanks for all the comments by the way, which something I really like the idea of, is the idea of having a game mode where players can take turns defending and attacking an in-game king. This is something I'd really like to see in the game, and I think it would be just a bit more fun than typical game modes where points and kills mainly define victory. We've also seen these game modes implemented into the likes of Gears of War, where I think there was a group leader like the Locust Queen or whatever, and they were actually a team member and you had to protect them at all times, which actually worked really well. On another note, Matthew also wants to see siege towers and other siege weapons that players can use. Well, we did see these in the trailer, but it seems that they were only used in like the opening scenes to begin a multiplayer map, but perhaps we'll see more of them used in single player mode.
Another aspect of multiplayer that viewer Quinn Hines would like to see included is how by winning a game as a certain allegiance, you'd be adding to a total score for said allegiance in a sort of overall multiplayer battle across all game modes, effectively making each game a mini battle for allegiance supremacy, sort of like a war zone. Quinn says it will make every match feel like more of a big deal. We've seen this type of system work really well in games such as FIFA Euro 2012, where each match you won added to overall country supremacy, so it's not too much of a long shot to hope for such a system in For Honor.
In a quick comment, Dante says how they'd love to see a zombie mode. Now, I know a lot of gamers are fed up of zombie modes in zombie games, but come on. Slashing through hordes of zombie NPC is pretty hardcore, and I genuinely would like to see that. Also, in a previous video we discussed the likelihood of buffs being added into the game, but Curious Source 77 really doesn't like this feature when he says, "Oh my god, no! Please For Honor, please don't screw with the game by adding buffs, please." Leave your comment below on if you agree or disagree with this slightly overreacted comment.
In a slightly off topic but yet interesting comment, viewer Bailey Fox hopes that in single player, your character starts as just a normal guy or girl, rather than the heroes we see in the trailers, and she would rather us build up their abilities to become a legendary fighter than to be given a killing machine straight away. Let us know in the comments below what your take on that is, and also if you'd like to be able to port your single player characters into multiplayer. And the final statement, which I think we can all agree on, from our viewer Yannick, who just can't wait to fight, kill and die in battle and gain entry to Valhalla. Oh, what a lovely day it shall be, what a lovely day.
So there you have it, that is some of the ideas that you guys have came up with for online customization and game modes. We would just like to leave a thank you to everyone who commented on our recent For Honor videos, and yeah, we're just really looking forward to making some more For Honor videos when more information is released.
Hopefully we'll see soon if any ideas come to life in E3 when we predict big news about this game, so expect full coverage on the channel when it arrives.
Until then, you could always leave a comment on this video discussing the ideas we've talked about. Would you like to see any of them? And what other ideas can you think of that you'd like to see in the game? Leave a comment and we'll get back to you straight away.
If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like rating and feel free to check out our entire For Honor coverage here.
And if you like us even more, then you could also watch one of our great Let's Plays here, which are totally amazing and not like anything you've ever seen before. Yeah.